Brother, let's talk some NBA. Two crucial games tonight. Chicago -1 against Miami. If you're going to bet them, I obviously prefer money line. Total of 219, 219 and a half, 220. How you betting this game?
This one's a tougher one out of the two today. If you look at the Heat side, they did lose 4 of their last 6 games, and that includes a loss to the Bulls. The Bulls, they closed out pretty strong. 6 of their last 7 were wins. The one loss was against the Cavs. So I feel like the momentum is on the Bulls side. The only issue that I have with this little winning streak that they had, if you look at the teams that they faced in those wins, they had Philly, Washington, Charlotte, Toronto, Portland. So not really great teams there. That kind of, I guess, brings down that win streak a little bit. But if you look at Giddey, he's played really well to close out the season. Pretty much like after the All-Star break, almost a triple-double threat every single game. If you look at how they did post All-Star break, they scored 121 and a half points per game. It has to do with Giddey. Also has to do with the pace that they play with. On the Heat side, I feel like their defense is a little bit more trustworthy, but there are some weaknesses the Bulls can take advantage of. So if you look at the post All-Star break numbers, right, 5th in shot frequency in the paint for the Bulls, but the Heat were 25th in defending the paint. Paint field goal percentage allowed, and then also the above the break 3 is another aspect of the game. 5th in frequency for the Bulls. The Heat were 22nd in defending it. So a lot of things are pointing towards the Bulls side to win this game. My issue is Miami does have that playoff coaching advantage here with Spoelstra. And also, like I said, even though they have that little winning streak towards the end of the season, those wins weren't that impressive. I mean, they had, like I said, Philly, Washington. None of those guys were in the playoffs other than obviously the Heat and the Cavs. So for me, this didn't make my premium card, but I would look towards the Bulls. And also one thing that Gianni said earlier, with the total coming down as far as it has from the open, I see it at 219, the lowest, but it has come back to 220 at some places this morning. I think the buyback is because most people think that the total has come down. Well, it was 5 points from the open, so a little bit too much. People are trying to buy back on it.
There we go, Ronald Cabang. Great information. Ron, before we take apart the Sacramento-Dallas game, really thrilled to have you as part of our team. NBA expert, really unbelievable. Tell us about the show you and Ski do. It's so fun. I'd love to join you one night if you'll allow a really high old man on your show, because I know you tape super late. And by that time, I'm a mess. But yeah, and how's your NBA season going, and what do you got for the clients?
Yeah, NBA season, another profitable NBA season, regular season. So hopefully we bring that momentum into the playoffs. The show that I do with Ski every night, or Sunday through Thursday, we do Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Pacific. We try to get ahead of the numbers, the totals. So the show's called Ahead of the Spread, so that we could take advantage of the edges that we see early on. And during the regular season, it was really great, really profitable show. We were able to capture good numbers, help viewers, get some positive CLV and all that stuff too, and understand our process, because we actually share the screen of what we handicap, what we look through, the stats, the information, the sites that we use, everything through that handicapping process we share on the show. So if you guys are interested in like learning the concept, what we do and what we look at as far as the NBA, that's a really good show to take a chance on and view. So, and we track, we recap our day. It's 10 p.m., so most of our bets are done. We recap our day, whether it's the NBA or not, and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Awesome. And guys, most importantly, it's fun. And that, if you watch anything I'm involved in, fun is crucial. Ronald, Dallas, Sacramento tonight. Look, Dallas backing into this. They're lost 4 of their last 5. The only team they beat was Toronto. Sacramento coming in much harder here. They've won 4 of their last 6. But I think the most important statistic here is that Sacramento has owned this team this season. They've won all 3 games. They covered 2 of them, and they destroyed Dallas in their last matchup, 122-98. -4.5 for the Kings, 214.5, give or take, for the total. Most of the time, these guys are going under 3-7 head to head in their last 10. How do you suggest we bet this game?
Yeah, I mean the total has shot down maybe like 10 points from the open, so I probably wouldn't
Yeah.
touch that at all unless you like the over, like what Johnny said earlier. But I think this is a little bit of a different matchup just because if you look at the Mavs post All-Star break, they were having some injury issues. A lot of their bigs were out, and AD's healthy, Lively, Gafford. I mean, that's going to be a huge advantage on the boards and the defensive side of the ball for them. They're going to slow the pace down. That's going to be some trouble for the Kings because they don't have Malik Monk. And obviously, with Fox gone and all that stuff, the backcourt is a little bit different. Malik Monk is not being on the court is an issue. If you look at the season stats, even with Fox on the team prior to the All-Star break, the Kings are just 4-13 straight up, 5-12 ATS, just 2-7 straight up. 2-7 against the spread. When they're favored in that instance. And then after the All-Star break, this is just another thing that talks about Monk. When he's in the lineup, they average 116 points per game. When he's not in the lineup, 109. So you could tell that offensive efficiency comes down a bit. And then we just talked about how the bigs are going to impact this defense on the Mavs side a lot more. AD, when he's on the court, their defensive rating is about 110. When he's off the court, it's about 119. So that's just a huge impact that I see. Obviously, I agree with the total coming down because of that. But like I said, at 114 or whatever it is, you really lost a lot of value there. But other things to think about as far as the side goes, AD is such a great player, both offensively and defensively. He's going to open things up for the three-point shooters on this Dallas team. There's a lot of things that I could talk about as far as the stat-wise, too, because Kings defense, not that great. One of the biggest things they really struggled with post-All-Star break, above the break threes. They allowed opponents to shoot 40% from the above the break threes, and then also 23rd in defending in the paint. So a lot of things the Mavs can take advantage of in this one. I would look towards their side. Whether it's them, I actually think they have a chance to win this one outright.